So stand nice and tall. Close the eyes. Soften the knees. And just widen across the chest a little bit. Draw your collarbones and your shoulders back. And a slight tuck of the pelvis down and forwards, just so you're lengthening a little bit of the low back and not kind of arching the low back. So a slight tilt down and forwards. And spread your toes. Press the toes down into the mat. You might feel like you're swaying about a little bit, or you feel a little bit wobbly with standing, the eyes closed, but that's okay. That's all part of it. And bring the awareness to your breath. Slow the breathing, steady breathing. Inhaling nose, throat, lungs, ribs, upper back, chest, belly all expanding. Exhaling lungs, throat, nose or mouth. Just feeling the movements of your breath in your body. And just keep watching the knees. I have a tendency to go back to locking the knees very quickly without even realizing. So just a tiny little micro bend in the knees so that we keep the muscles active and that we're not just allowing the joints to hold us up. And then press down through your toes more. Start to lean the body just a little bit forwards so that you start to feel your heels lifting a little bit. Just a little. Keeping the knees a little soft. You're not rocking too far forward that you fall over. And then bringing the heels back down, and bring more of the weight now into your heels, and as though the toes start to become light. And then just doing that again, rocking the body forwards a little so you're coming more into the weight of your toes, heels lifting slightly, not enough to tip you forwards. And then bringing the heels down and leaning back into the heels a little bit more, toes lifting. And then coming back to that neutral place and feeling all parts of the feet down into the mat, toes spreading, balls of the feet pressing, heels pressing, feeling grounded. And bringing your hands onto your belly, keeping the shoulders and the elbows drawing back. And as you breathe, feel the movement of the breath as though you're breathing into your belly. We know by now that we're not actually breathing into the belly. We just use it as a visualization for what's going on in the body so that we can help the diaphragm muscle to draw the air in and out of the lungs more. You feel the belly slightly pushing out on your inhale, and then give it a little bit of a squeeze inwards and upwards on the exhale. A little press of the belly forwards into the hands on the inhale, and a drawing the belly inwards and upwards away from the hands on the exhale. So thinking that in, up movement. Keep going with that, a little pushing out of the belly on the inhale, not forcing, not pushing so much that you're arching your back. Exhale, squeeze in, squeeze up. Keep going and start to add in the pelvic floor muscles with that. They might already have been joining in just from the practice that we do usually. But if not, just sensing a little bit more awareness there, a little bit more movement, more action there. And when you exhale, drawing inwards, upwards, right down from the pelvic floor, all the way up, like you're zipping inwards and upwards. Inhale, belly pushes slightly forwards. Exhale, squeezing, abdominals in, up. A few more rounds. Watch the knees. And then continue that breathing as best as you can, that core breathing, and bring your arms down to the side. So we're going to bring some movement into your upper body. So try to keep the lower body still. That's still that slight pelvic tuck going on. So you're not sticking the bottom way out behind you. Tuck down, so think long on the back body, drawing up through the front body. And we're just going to isolate the upper body here. So turn the palms so they're facing forward. So we're always going to start this movement from the shoulders, from the arms rotating. So you're going to open the arms, inhale as you draw your shoulders back and lift the chest. And then as you exhale, round the upper back, shoulders rolling forwards. And keep going with that. Inhale, spiral the arms back, lift the chest and the chin. So think of upper little back bend. And then exhale, round the upper back forwards. So keep going with that, rotating the arms, inhaling chest up. Exhale, rotating the arms inwards, chest draws back, back rounds. Inhale, opening. Exhale, rounding. You can think of it like an upper body cat movement, standing cat movement. And you can make this a small movement if everything feels really stiff or it's feeling good, then you can exaggerate it a little more each time. But don't let your lower back get involved. Keep that slight pelvic tuck, length of the low back. Spiraling the arms open, inhale, chest up. Exhale, spiraling the arms closed, chest drops. So often our upper back, as I've been saying a lot lately, doesn't get too much movement, and it needs to, because we want to feel a little bit of movement in a lot of places in our yoga practice, and not just all in the low back doing the work with everything. So a few more of these, opening the shoulders, rolling the arms back, inhale, exhaling, rounding just the upper back. And this will help in the rest of your practice as well, just with the breathing, creating that space at the front and back of the body. Make it your last one. Again, then just letting the arms relax down by the side. We've already done our rocking on our feet, but we're going to go a little bit more with that. So inhale as you lift the heels up. And exhale as you lower them down. Keep the knees a little bent, it helps. Inhale, heels come up. Exhale them down. Inhale them up. Exhale down. Keep going with that. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, tiptoes. Keep thinking, lengthen your low back. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. There might be little pops and clicks going on in your ankles. Calves might be starting to wake up. It's all good. Good. And then we're going to take the arms with it. So you inhale the arms up, heels up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms widened up, tiptoes. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Now we're going to start to bend the knees when we come down, and then inhale, straighten the legs, not locking the knees though, heels up, arms up. Exhale, heels come down, arms come down, bend the knees like you're going into chair. Inhale, lift everything up. Eyes fixed to a spot will help your balance. Exhale, everything down, bend the knees. Inhaling up. Exhaling, lower down, knees bend. That's it. Inhaling up. Exhale, Knees bend, heels down, and then pause there and come into chair pose. Reach your arms forwards and up. Draw the low belly in. And we're going to take it into wood chopper. So you breathe in and then exhale, swing, dive the arms. Inhaling up, exhale, swing. Inhale up, exhale, swing. Inhale up, exhale, dive. Now, if you have low blood pressure, you know by now, you can come up on the exhale rather than the inhale. It might feel a little awkward to do that, but at the same time, it might not make you so dizzy as if you're coming up on inhales. So swap the breath as you need to. You can exhale out through the mouth and really get into it. And as we've already done a little bit of upper back bend in, each time that you come up, if you feel you want to lift the chest a little bit more, you can add that in. If it feels a bit too enthusiastic to do that right now, for sure, leave it out. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, dive. Inhaling up. Exhale, dive. Just getting some energy moving, waking up the body if you're still half asleep, even though it's way gone midday by now, but so we're going to keep this diving, moving motion happening. But instead of the arms just going forwards and up, we're going to change the arms to go wide, to go down, wide to come up. Inhaling up, exhale, dive. Inhaling up, exhale, dive. Inhale up, exhale. Good. Doesn't matter if you're in time with me, there'll probably be a computer lag anyway. So that's why it's more important to go by words than anything else. Good, do it 2 more times. And then coming to stand, inhale, stretch up. And lower the arms down. Ease out your shoulders, roll them back a few times. Roll them forwards a few times. And then just stand a moment in stillness. Slow the breath. We're going to start to move into the next kriya. Kriya means action, so that's what that just was, that wood chopper. So it means a movement, a repetitive movement, a cleansing, energizing movement. Next one's going to be twisting. So with this, start off with your arms up, elbows at the waist, hands into fists. And I'll cue you rights and lefts, but again, just because of timing, it'll all go a little bit messy. That's okay. So it's quite a quick breath and quite a quick movement. You inhale to one side, you exhale as you twist to the other. I'm going to move over a little because I'm pretty close to the wall here. So just to show you first, I'll be inhaling right and then exhaling left. And each time you do a little bit of a bounce, bend to the knees, okay? So you might already be doing that. If not, then you inhale one side, exhale the other. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And as I'm twisting and reaching the hands forwards, then I'm flinging the fingers out spread wide. They come to fists as they come to center. And again, this is just to wake up all the muscles around your spine, shoulders, hips, so that we can then hopefully have a nice fluid practice without too much clunking, creaking, stiffness. So do it with a little bit of energy, bit of meaning. Inhaling one side, exhale other. And if this is kind of okay, then traditionally in the Kundalini practice of yoga, you do it even quicker. And if that's too much, like, no, that's too much energy for right now, Vernette, thanks. I'm going to stick with an inhale one side, exhale the other, rather than doing it too quick. Just for if, again, you find any twisting makes you dizzy. Keep it slow, it's all cool. And if you're thinking, oh my goodness, what craziness have I entered into today? Don't worry, this will be your last kriya like this. But it's just a real good way of warming up the body. And start to drop your arms down and just swing them around. Just let the arms be ragdoll. Just swing them down, swing them around. And then close your eyes, come to stillness. You might still feel like, I'm still moving. Slow the breath. Good, so we've done a little bit of extension for the spine already. We've done a little bit of flexion, upper back bending, rounding. We've done twisting. Let's move into side bending. So our swaying palm, keeping the feet hip width apart. Take your right arm out to the side and up. Inhale. Side bending over, exhale. Coming up, inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, over. Inhaling up. Exhale, over. Inhaling up. Exhale, over. We're going to keep going with it. Inhaling up. Exhale, over. Inhaling up. Exhale, over. Now the left arm lifts straight up. Inhale. Lower it down. Exhale. Interlock the fingers behind the back. Draw your shoulders back, lengthen your arms. If you've had previous elbow or shoulder issues, then permission to keep the elbows a little bent rather than trying to straighten them too much. Feet hip width apart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift the arms up. Inhale. Draw in the belly. Come to chair pose with the legs. So you bend the knees, drop the bottom down. Exhale. Lay your belly and your chest onto your thighs. Drop the head down and lift the arms up. So legs are still bent at the moment as though you're in chair. And then keep the upper body as you've got it. Breathe in. And as you exhale, start to press down into your feet more. So you're starting to straighten your legs, just to your degree right now. That might not be much. And then inhale, bend the knees, drop the bottom down, undo the fingers, sweep your arms forwards and up into regular chair pose. Exhale. Breathing in, press down into the feet, come to stand, exhale. Inhale, lift a little taller, lift up the chest, prayer pose, exhale. Taking that again, interlock the fingers behind the back, draw your shoulders back and lift your chest. Inhale the arms up. Come to chair pose with the legs, exhale, knees bent, bottom moves back, belly is drawn in. Keep chair legs as you rest your belly and your chest onto your thighs, drop the head down, lift the arms up. And then keeping your upper body as you've got it, breathe in. And as you exhale, start to work on straightening the legs a little bit more, pressing the toes into your mat, lifting the buttocks up towards the ceiling. And then come into chair pose, inhale, bend the knees, drop the bottom, undo the fingers, and exhale, sweep the arms forwards and up. Breathe in, come to stand, exhale, press down into the feet to lift you up. Lift a little bit more, inhale, lift up the chest, prayer pose, exhale. Coming into Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. Come to the front of your mat, feet hip width apart, standing nice and tall, and we're going to add in those little arm spirals, just so again we involve the upper back as much as possible. Okay, so rather than just taking the arms out and up, think of rolling them back. So if your palms are facing in towards your thighs, just so I don't know how clear this is on the video from what I'm doing. So if your palms start facing towards the thighs, you're always then taking your palms forwards and out, and almost like you're trying to take your hands backwards, and that will really open up your chest. Okay. So standing tall, spiral the arms, take them wide and up. Inhale. Bend the knees to your forward bend, exhaling down. Fingertips to shins, lift halfway to flat back, inhale. Fold into the legs, bent or straight, exhale. Bring the hands down onto the mat and step to down dog. Right foot back, inhale. Left foot back, exhale. Draw in the belly and round the spine forwards to your plank. Inhale. Lower down to the mat, exhale, keeping your shoulders back as you lower. Come into cobra, inhale, upper body lifts, legs are strong. Toes tuck, transfer to the knees and unravel up to your down dog. Fingers spread wide, hands pressing down. Hips pressing up and back. Shoulder blades wide across your back. A little hug of the belly inwards and upwards. The jaw relaxed. The breath steady. And bending both knees, look forwards between the hands. Inhale, step the right foot forwards, left foot forwards. Fold into the legs, exhale. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen halfway. Inhale. Draw in the belly, take the arms wide and up to come up. Exhale. Lift tall, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees, forward bend. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen halfway. Fold into legs, exhale. Hands down to the mat, step to down dog, left foot back, inhale. Right foot back, exhale. Good. Draw in the belly, round the spine forwards to your plank. Inhale. Lower down to the mat. Exhale. Cobra. Inhale. Take it to child's pose. Exhale. Bottom back to the heels, knees together or wide. Reach your arms way out in front. Really stretch them long, like your fingertips are trying to reach for the end of your mat, whilst the bottom's pressing back towards your heels. And come to all fours. And we're going to do cat pose. Spread the fingers out wide. Root the shins down, root your hands down, so long, strong arms. And inhale as you draw the chest forwards. Tilt the pelvis up. Exhale, draw in the belly and round the back. Inhaling, extending. Exhale, drawing the belly round. Hands, shins pressing down. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, neutral spine, tuck the toes under. Exhale, back up to your downward facing dog. Bending both knees, look forwards between the hands. Inhale, left foot forwards, right foot forwards. Fold into the legs, exhale. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen. Inhale. Draw in the belly, fly the arms wide to come up. Exhale. Inhale, lift tall. Prayer pose at the heart. Exhale. Now keep the feet hip width. You might need to go actually perhaps for some a little bit wider with this. I find it's a little bit more comfortable if I go wider. So from here, we're going to take it into chair pose. So reach your arms forwards and up. Inhale. And drop the bottom down. Exhale. Draw in the belly. Breathe in. And as you exhale, see if you can go a little lower. Take the hands to prayer. Breathe in. Can you go a little bit lower? Yeah. So from here, I'm going to take you down onto your bum. It might not necessarily be the most graceful way to get there. Breathe in. See if you can lower all the way down. Yeah, just drop it down. There we go. And then take the feet a little further forward. Bring your arms out shoulder height. So we're in position for Navasana, boat pose, knees and feet hip width apart. Make sure, just check that you've got the full length of the mat behind you. Breathe in. Drawing the belly in on your exhale, start to lean back, not going all the way down. Go to the place where you feel your abdominals switch on, hip flexors, the front of the hips also switch on. Drawing the belly, lift the chest, shoulders down, spread the fingers. Breathing in, long, slow breaths out. So here's some options with this that's coming up. It might be that you just lower a little and you just do a little bit of a rock, right? So that might be the safest option for your back today, okay? That you just do a little bit of a rocking to your boat. Or other option would be that you lift the feet up. So maybe just see how that feels. How does it feel to lift the feet? Is it like, oh, that's super crazy shaky and I'm feeling my back? If you're feeling the back, you put your feet back down. Yeah? If it's kind of like, no, this is all right. Then you extend the legs out away from you a little, inhale, and then draw the knees in towards the chest, squeeze in, exhale. Yeah, aren't you happy about that? Inhale, extend the legs and the chest away from one another, and then exhale, squeeze in. Keep the arms out long so you're not using the arms for anything. Inhale, extending back. If, however, it's too strong, you can put your hands down on your mat like this. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, extending out. Exhale, squeeze in. If it's way too strong, remember you've got the option feet down and just roll it back and up. Yeah. So keep going with that for another half an hour. And of course, Stephanie, if you're feeling like my brick feels redundant, I've bought a brick and I want to use it, put it in between your knees. I see you waving at me. It's like, no, this is fine. Good, inhaling out. Exhaling in, starting to feel a little belly bonfire happening, getting a bit warm in that area. Yes, probably all cursing me right now, I know. Good. The next time that your legs are out or that you're leaning back, hold there. Chest up, chin up. Breathe in and take it all the way down to the mat. Bring the feet down onto the mat. Little happy warm belly, right? Draw your knees into your chest, hug them in. Rock a little from side to side. Bring the feet down onto the mats and we'll do bridge pose after that to stretch out hip flexors and the abdominals. So bring your arms down alongside the body, knees and feet hip width apart, chin slightly tucked. Breathe in. Do your pelvic tilt first and then exhale to lift up. So you always want to think of that action as though you're moving your pubic bone in towards your belly button. That tilts forwards and up. Press down through your arms, hands, feet. Breathing long, steady breaths. Keeping the hips up. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, and then take them back behind you. Exhale, so you're getting a full line from your fingertips through to your knees, through the body. And keeping the hips up, bring the arms back up. Inhale. Bring the arms back down to your mat. Exhale. Inhale, hips lift slightly a little bit higher, and then roll the spine down. Exhale, allowing the pelvis to be the last thing that untilts, untucks. Draw your knees back into your chest. Take hold of them. Rock from side to side. Stir the legs around. A few times one way, then the other. And then bring both of your feet down onto the mat, knees bent. And options with this is you don't have to lift the upper body up if it bothers your neck. You can keep the upper body down. So you're going to lengthen out your left leg, keep the right knee bent, and bring your hands behind your head, interlock the fingers behind your head so you're resting your head into your hands. Let the head be super heavy and allow it to be just your abdominals and your arms that lift your head, not your neck. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to take opposite shoulder, not elbow, towards the opposite knee, just because I want you to try and keep your elbows back a little bit. So it's going to be left shoulder, right knee. So breathe in first and engage the core muscles. And as you exhale, lift the upper body up and draw left shoulder towards right knee. Inhale as the right leg goes long, all the way down to the mat, head comes down, and then do it again. Exhale, left shoulder, right knee. Inhale down, core muscles engaged. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhaling down. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale down. If it's too strong, you can just do the leg up and down. Exhale, twisting. Inhale down. Exhale, twist it in. Inhale down. Exhale, think of the shoulder trying to go towards the knee rather than the elbow. So I know the shoulder is not going to make any kind of contact whatsoever. It doesn't have to. It's just thinking more of the direction. Exhale, core muscles engaged. Inhaling down. Exhaling, lift. Happy, happy faces. Inhaling down. Exhaling, lift, twist. One more on this side. Inhaling down. Exhaling, lift, twist. Inhaling down, stay down. Exhale. Roll the legs in and out. And then keep the right leg out long, bend the left leg. So you've guessed it, it's going to be right shoulder to left knee this time. So engage the core muscles in and up. Breathe in. And as you exhale, right shoulder towards left knee. Inhale, left leg lengthens down to the mat as the head comes down. And then exhale, lift and twist. Right shoulder, left knee. Inhale down. Exhale, lift and twist. Keep the core muscles firm. Inhale down. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale down. Exhale, lift and twist. I bet I'm going to get a funny text from you tomorrow, Luke. Inhale down. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale down. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale down. Exhale, lift and twist. I think we've got to do about another 78 on this side so we match the other side, right? Exhale, twist. Inhaling down. Pelvic floor muscles squeezed up. Exhale, twist. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. I think one more, one of your best. Inhale down. Exhale, lift, twist. Inhale, everything down. Relax. Exhale, take the hands away from behind your head. Roll the head from side to side. Roll the legs in and out. Draw your knees into your chest. Hug them in. Rock from side to side. Now we're going to attempt to make our way back to all fours from this position. If that doesn't sound like that's safe for you, then you can roll to your side to come up. Otherwise, cross the ankles, hold onto the backs of the thighs, breathe in. We're going to rock and roll several times to come up, and then exhale as you roll up. You inhale down, exhale, roll up. Inhaling down, exhale, roll up. Inhale down, and this time see if you can roll all the way over to your hands and your knees. And sometimes it works a treat, and then other times it's kind of like, body wasn't having that. Doesn't matter. So adjust yourself back to a good place on your mat, spread the fingers out wide. Tuck the toes, breathe in. Lift to your downward facing dog, exhale. Hands press down and forwards, hips lift up and back. Notice if there's now any change in your down dog from before. There may be not. Perhaps you feel that you've got a little bit more automatic lift through the belly to support the spine. Again, maybe yes, maybe no. Bend both knees, look forwards between the hands. Inhale, step the right foot forwards, left foot forwards, fold into the legs, exhale. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen. Inhale, drawing the belly, come all the way up. Exhale, fly the arms back, wide and up. Then lift tall at the top. Inhale, come back down. Exhale to your forward bend. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold into legs, exhale. Hands down to the mat, step to down dog, left foot back, inhale. Right foot back, exhale. Draw in the belly, wave the spine forwards to your plank, inhale. Lower down to the mat, exhale, keeping the shoulders drawing back as you lower. Cobra, inhale. Child's pose, exhale. Knees together or wide. Being with your breath. And then come to all fours. And make sure that you're far enough forwards that you can have your toes tucked and they'll still be on your mat. Yeah. So I'm looking at my monitor trying to see you all there. It's much clearer than looking up at my laptop, but still interesting with these virtual backgrounds. So we're going to do 2 tigers and then we're going to press the toes down to the mat. So just keep the arms down, no need to do opposite arms, just the legs. So extend the right leg back, inhale. Knee to nose, engage your core muscles and round the back, exhale. Again, inhaling, extend. Exhaling, round. Inhale, extend, and then pause there, exhale. Bring the right toes down onto your mat. And then think of where the midline of your mat is right now and drop your heel down towards the middle of the mat. So you're moving towards big toe direction, not kind of spinning to your pinky toe direction as I've often seen. So think warrior with your back foot, that 45 kind of degree angle. Sole of the foot pressing down. Open out the lower left leg a little out to the left side. Left hand under shoulder. Lift the right arm up. Inhale. And exhale to look up or down. And with this left shoulder, just be mindful, folks, that it's not rolling forwards, that you're opening that left shoulder back. Good. Strong right leg, right foot pressing. And then from here with that right leg, inhale to lift it up. So it's floating in space. Exhale. Flex the foot like you're pressing it against a wall, but please don't actually be pressing it against a wall. Good, you're right, Claire. I'm going to assume those movements are equaling cramp. Good, now try to keep the rest of the body really, really still so that you're not going to be swinging your hips or your chest about at all. And inhale as you take the right leg forwards. And then exhale as you take it back to that starting place. Inhale forwards. It doesn't have to go like a huge distance. Mine just does because I'm freaky. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, right leg swings carefully forwards. Exhale, taking it back. Inhale it forwards. Exhale, take it back. Now here comes a cheeky bit. From here, this right foot, we're going to try and bring it all the way forwards into a lunge position. So breathe in, and as you exhale, bring the right foot forwards as best as you can. And if it didn't make it, then give it a little helping hand out. Adjust the left knee a little bit further back, and then the left foot's back behind you in line. So our regular kind of lunge position. Sink the hips and lift the chest. A little squeeze of the left buttock. Bring your hands up onto your thigh. Inhale, lift tall. Draw in the belly. And exhale, sink the hips down again, wide across the collarbones. We're going to take a twist to the right, a horizontal twist. So reach your arms forwards and up. Inhale. And then twist the upper body to your right. Exhale. So the left arm is reaching forwards and the right arm is reaching back. Good. Squeeze the left buttock. Breathe in, keep the twist. And as you exhale, left hand comes down to the mat, right hand goes up. Tuck the back toes under, inhale, and lift the left knee off the mat. Exhale, you're still in your twist. Breathing in, Right hand comes down. Exhale. Take it back to downward facing dog. Right foot back. Inhale. Exhale it out. Drawing the belly, come forwards to plank. Inhale. Lower down to the mat. Exhale. Cobra. Inhale. And then back to child's pose. Exhale. We have that whole little sequence to the left side. So come back to all fours. Fingers spread wide. Make sure you've got a lot of distance back behind you on your mat. Two little tigers to start off with. So inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, drawing the belly and round your back. Inhale, extending back. Exhale, knee to nose, back rounds. Inhale, extending back, and then holding there, exhale. Bring the left toes down onto the mat, and then spin the left heel towards the middle of your mat, so you're bringing the whole of your left foot, the sole of the foot down onto the mat, as though you would if you're in warrior. Open out the lower right leg to the right side a little. Right hand under shoulder. Lift the left arm up. Inhale. And exhale there. Draw the right shoulder back, remember. So just have a little kind of look down and see, is that right shoulder kind of collapsing forwards? Can you rotate the arm, the shoulder back? Yeah. Pressing down, left foot, right hand. Awareness to the breath. Breathing in. And on your exhale, lifting the left leg up. And it feels heavy, right? It's like, oh, it doesn't want to lift. And then we're going to try and keep everything else in the body still. So we're not kind of swinging the chest and the pelvis around. We're keeping that still. Breathe in. And the left foot forwards, left leg forwards. Exhale. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, take it forwards. It might not be a big movement. Inhale it back. Exhale it forwards. Inhale back. Exhale forwards. One more. Inhale back. Exhale forwards. Inhale, take it back and pause there. Exhale. Now we're going to try and take the left foot forwards into that lunge. So breathe in first. And then exhale, left foot forwards. It swings around, potentially to the lunge. It might be that it's kind of like, yeah, it sort of just went sideways a bit and that was it. Help it forwards with the hand. Adjust the back leg, your right leg, so that the foot is behind and in line with your knee. And then sink the hips forwards. Little squeeze of the right buttock. Bring the hands up onto the thigh. Inhale, lift up. Drawing the belly as you sink the hips forwards again. Exhale. Great, nice lunges. Going to take the twist, reach the arms forwards and up. Inhale. And then turn the ribs and chest to your left side. Exhale. Left hand reaching back, right hand reaching forwards. Squeezing right buttock. Keep the twist. Inhale. Right hand comes down to the mat. Left hand goes up. So you're still in your twist. Hips still sinking. Right toes tuck. Inhale. And lift the right knee off the mat. Exhale. So you're in this kind of high-low lunge twist. Good. Breathe in. Left hand comes down. Exhale. Now from here, you're going to take it around to the long right side of your mat to come into wide angle forward bend. So walk the hands around to the right, adjust your feet. I'm going to change so that I'm facing you. Good. Adjust the toes so they're in line with one another. Toes can be turned forwards, inwards, or slightly outwards, whatever's best in knees and ankles. Get a little bit of length on your inhale to lift halfway. And then fold into the position. Exhale. Hands can be to the floor or to your legs. Or if you have a brick and you need to bring the floor up a little higher to you, take that option. Let the head be heavy, back of the neck long. Make sure that you're not locking the knees. So my super flexy friends, you know who you are, don't lock your knees back. Outside edges of the feet pressing. Long, steady breaths. And then from here, if you're down on flat hands, come up onto fingertips so you're a little bit higher, more to a flat back position. If you've got your feet super wide, bring them in just a little bit closer for now, just so that it's a safe transition for when you come up. Bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale. Draw in the belly, come up slowly on your exhale. Press down through the feet, engage inner thighs like you're squeezing a big balloon. And then just being mindful, lightheaded, let it settle if you've got that. Good, and if you brought the feet in a little, you might just want to widen them out a touch. And we're going to move into our wide leg and warrior sequence here. So keep the left foot facing forwards. Turn the right foot out towards the short end of your mat. It can be in heel to heel alignment or heel to arch, both good. Coming into warrior two, breathe in. And as you exhale, start to bend the right knee. Make sure the right knee keeps moving back towards pinky toe. Hips sinking low. Left leg strong, straight, outside edge of the foot pressing, left buttock squeezing. Then inhale the arms up shoulder height if they're not there already. And exhale, shoulders down away from ears, look to the right middle finger. Strong legs, active glutes, the buttocks. Shoulders down away from ears, relaxed. Face soft. Breath steady. And then from here, reverse your warrior. So inhale as you lean back over the left leg, keeping the right knee bent. And on your exhale, bring the right forearm onto the right thigh. Left arm reaches out past the ear, so you're making a big long line down the left side of your body. And you can keep the head facing forwards, or you could perhaps turn the head to look up towards the left middle finger. See if that challenges your balance a little bit. So maybe like, oh, yeah, wobbly, too much. You could stay here on the forearm, or you could perhaps take right fingertips down towards the mat. It's just an option. It's never a have to. Sometimes it's worth trying these things out. And sometimes it's like, no, too much. If you're down onto fingertips, come back onto forearm. Good, take this back up to warrior two. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, sinking into the hips again. Inhale, coming up, straighten the right leg. Bring your hands onto your hips. Exhale. Turn the pelvis a little bit more towards the right leg now. We're going to come into Trikonasana, triangle. So this is with potentially straight legs. However, your hamstrings might have other ideas. Think quality rather than depth. You don't have to go low. For most, the good gauge is, the best gauge is how far you can reach out is then where your hand goes onto the leg and no lower. That's usually pretty much good enough for most folk. So from here, pelvis diagonal, lift the arms up shoulder height, inhale. Reach out to the right side, exhale, reach out first, reach out, reach out, reach out. When you can't reach out to the side anymore, then bring your right hand down onto the right leg and lift the left arm straight up. Either look up or down. You should be able to, if you do look up, you should be able to make clear clearance of being able to see your thumb, that you're kind of not taking the arm so far back that you can't see the hand. Be at a place where you can breathe, a place where you're not locking the right knee if you do have that right leg super straight. Feet, legs very active. And looking down, inhale to come up, reaching out to the side. And once again, hands back onto your hips, exhale. So now a little bit of a change to the legs. Draw the left foot in a little bit closer, so shorten your stance a little bit. And kick the left heel back a bit more. So it's a bit more of a diagonal. Yeah, wobbly, wobbly. If you need to take the left foot a little bit more towards the long side of your mat, a little bit more forwards, do so. That can help. Turn the pelvis now towards the right leg. If that bothers the left knee, turn the back foot a little bit more forwards, so toes more forwards than your heel. Yeah. You want to be able to try and square the hips forwards over the right leg. Then take your arms out wide to the side. So we're going to come into this airplane position, diving over the right leg. Breathe in. And as you exhale, start to come forwards to a flat back position. So not all the way down. Reach out through the chest, crown of the head, bottom reaching backwards. So think down dog butt. So we're in airplane. And we're going to take this to revolved triangle, often nicknamed revolting triangle. Breathe in. And as you exhale, bring your left hand onto the right leg. So maybe the shin or maybe your fingertips go down to the floor. Bring your right hand onto the sacrum, your low back. Start to draw your right shoulder back and start to turn the chest so you're twisting. Find the twist first. Find the steadiness first. And then maybe lifting that right arm up. Then maybe looking up at those top fingers. So it's like you're in triangle pose, but it's twisted. Let's see if we all have that. It's not the easiest one to teach back to front for me. So I'm hoping we're all in some kind of twist. Yeah. Is it possible to breathe in that? Is it possible to press that back heel down more? You might need to shorten your stance to make that happen. Now you see why it's nicknamed revolting triangle. Then from here, we're going to come back to airplane. So inhale as the chest turns more towards your mat. Arms are back out to the side. Exhale. Then from here, see if you can nudge that left foot back a little bit further back. We're going to come into warrior one from here. So inhale, bend the right knee and reach your arms forwards and up. Exhale. Lift the chest. Back foot pressing. Make sure your right knee is happy. If you need to wiggle the right foot further forward to widen out the stance, do so. Good. From here, inhale. Dive your hands down to the mat, either side of the right foot. Exhale. Lift up the back heel and come into your downward facing dog. Inhale the foot back. Exhale, step out the feet, sway the hips. Draw in the belly, come forwards to plank. Inhale. Lower down to the mat. Exhale. Cobra. Inhale. Child's pose. Exhale. Your knees can be together or wide, but do stretch your arms out in front of you. We can take a little side stretch in our child whilst we're here. Breathe in. And as you exhale, start to walk your hands to the right, as far over as you can, but still keeping your bottom pressing back towards the heels. We're looking to stretch down the left side of the body. Maybe cross your left arm over the right. Looking to get a stretch into the right, left shoulder blade, left ribs. And then walk the hands back to center. Inhale. And take them over to the left. Exhale, walk them all the way over. Bottom still pressing back. Maybe crossing the right arm over left. Looking to feel a stretch down the right side of the body. Right shoulder, ribs. Then come back to the center. Inhale. Exhaling there. Come to all fours. Inhale. Fingers spread, toes tuck, lift to your down dog. Exhale. Good, so we need to come to a wide angle forward bend again to set up for the other side. I'm not going to cue lefts and rights here because you might want to face a different direction to where you were the last time. So entirely up to you what foot you're going to bring through into a lunge. Okay, so whichever one that is, lift the leg up first, inhale, and then bring that foot all the way through into your lunge, exhale. And then whichever way that you are, you need to turn towards the long side of your mat so that you once again end up into a wide angle forward bend. So it didn't really matter which way round we went, as long as it's kind of somewhere where we're back to wide angle forward bend. Yeah. Toes facing forwards or slightly turned in or slightly turned out. Good. Before we take it to our warrior, adding in a little extra something here. Knees stay a little tiny bit bent, so again, they're not locked. Inhale, and start to walk yourself, walk your body, walk your hands over to the right leg. Now you can either keep your hands down onto the mat, or you can hold on to the right leg and start to turn your chest so that it's in line with that right leg. So think as though your thigh is right in the middle of your chest. Left shoulder dipping towards the leg, right shoulder drawing down the back. You might even want to turn to look up to the ceiling or the sky. It might be kind of like, no, I can't twist around that much, thanks. It's all good. The legs are evenly straight or evenly bent, by the way, folks, so you're not bending one leg more than the other. They're the same. And then walking through center, inhale, to then come over to the left, exhale. So again, trying to aim the thigh into the center of your chest. It doesn't have to touch, by the way, it's just I'm using that as a guide of where we're turning. You could maybe hold onto the leg with one hand or both hands. Right shoulder is dipping towards the left knee, left shoulder is drawing back down your back. So there is a twist that's happening there. Can you breathe within that twist? I do hope so. It's so important. Legs are evenly bent or evenly straight. And then walk back to center, inhale. Exhaling there. If you need to bring the feet in a little bit closer just for a safe exit out of this, then do so. And bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale, drawing the belly to come all the way up. Exhale, come up slow, squeeze inner thighs like you're squeezing a beach ball in between your thighs. And then let it go. Just let everything settle, any lightheadedness. Hopefully you shouldn't have that if you've come up on an exhale. You may need to take your feet a touch wider again, just so that we set up good alignment for our warriors. Right foot stays facing forwards, and turn this time the left foot out to the short end of your mat. Heel to heel or heel to arch, both good. Keeping the hands onto the hips, inhale, bending the left knee into warrior two, Virabhadrasana two, exhale. Make sure the left knee isn't rolling in. Keep it moving back towards pinky toe direction. Right leg strong, straight, right buttock squeezed. And then lift the arms up, shoulder height. Inhale. Shoulders down, away from ears. Exhale. And you should feel your warrior. So if you're kind of like in a half position, upright, and it's like, I'm just sort of here and I'm comfortable, then it's not warrior. You need to go low to feel the legs. Reverse your warrior. Inhale to lean back over the right leg. And then extended side angle. Exhale, left forearm onto left thigh. Right arm reaches out past the ear to make a lovely long line down the right side of your body. Checking in with the breath. Maybe staying on the forearm or maybe taking left fingertips down to the mat. Again, not if it restricts the breathing, not if it feels compressive in your low back in any way. And if you've gone down to fingertips, then come back onto your forearm. Okay, we're going to take it back to warrior two. Breathe in. Exhale to come up. Inhale, straighten the left leg, hands onto your hips. Exhale. And we're going to take this now into triangle. I always find with the foot, with the right foot, I kind of want to already bring the toes in a bit more and take the heel back a little bit more. So it's slightly a little bit more of a diagonal, that right foot. It just feels a bit more comfortable in the hip. So again, you might be feeling like, no, this is fine already. Great. But just note if it feels awkward in that right hip, turn the back foot a little bit more. Diagonal pelvis, so it's neutral, it's not squared to the front or towards that left leg, it's just kind of half and half. Arms out, shoulder height, inhale. And on your exhale, reach out to the left side, reach outwards, 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 as far out as you can. And when you can't reach out to the side anymore, then you bring the left hand down onto the left leg. Right arm reaches up, but if it bothers the shoulder, know that you have the option of that right shoulder, right arm, to just rest it down behind you, but keep drawing the right shoulder back. Good. Don't be so low that you've got to have a lot of bend in the left leg, otherwise it's just extended side angle again. Come up a little higher, so it might be that you rest the back of the hand more onto your inner thigh. Could be with this. Make sure, my super flexy friends, that you're not locking that left knee. I say that as I'm a huge knee locker, and I always need to keep correcting myself. We always need to be correcting ourselves. Your yoga practice needs to be just a little bit smarter than your habits. Good, look down, breathe in, and come up on your exhale, reaching out to the side and up. Good, lower the arms down. And then just bring the back foot in, that right foot in a little bit closer and kick the heel back a lot more so that it's then easy for you to turn your pelvis towards that left leg. You can, if you like, kind of widen the stance to be more hip width, meaning instead of heel to heel alignment, take the right foot a little bit more towards the long edge of your mat so you feel a bit more sturdier. Keep playing, keep exploring, folks. Everything in yoga is exploration of where we need to be. And we're going to come into this airplane position. So now you're facing towards that left leg. Take your arms out wide to the side. Inhale. And then start to reach the chest forwards on your exhale. Not coming too low. So you're flying the chest forwards. Bottom pressing back. Left hip back, right hip forwards. We're going to take this into revolved triangle. So now bring your right hand down onto the left shin, or you can take it to the outside of the left foot if it reaches to that place really easy. Bring the left hand onto the low back, your sacrum. Start to draw the left shoulder back and start to turn your chest around towards the back. So you're twisting. Chest turning around, left shoulder drawing back. When you feel you're stable as you can ever be in this twisting, balancing, wide leg position, then maybe you could lift the left arm up and either look up or down. Again, if you're looking up, make sure that you can actually see that top thumb, that you're not just kind of cricking the neck or the eyes to turn. The whole body is turning to make that happen. It's often nicknamed revolting triangle for a reason, that it's really quite complex what you're asking the body to do. Wide legs, hamstrings, hips, twisting, balancing, reaching, breathing. Again, remember you might be up a lot higher with hand to thigh or to shin. That's perfectly acceptable. Brick can also be handy if you wanted to have your hand resting on that to bring the floor up higher to you. From here, we're going to come back to that airplane position. Breathe in. And as you exhale, your chest starts to turn towards the mat and your arms are back out to the side, flying. Okay, we're going to take this now into warrior one. So inhale as you bend that left knee, reach the arms straight forwards and up. Exhale. You might need to wiggle the back foot further back, front foot further forwards. So you get a happy left knee. Gaze is looking up a little bit, but you're not dropping the head all the way back. Yeah, ooh, nice warriors, folks. Nice. Inhale. Dive the hands down to the mat, either side of the left foot. Exhale. Lift up the back heel, turn the toes forwards. Take it to downward facing dog. Inhale back. Exhale it out. Lower to the knees, come to child's pose. Hips back to the heels. Keep the big toes touching in your child's pose and open the knees as wide as your mat. And if it doesn't feel good to have the knees as wide as the mat, don't stay in that position crying inside. Then do close the knees up closer if they need to be. Change of arm position. We're going to take secret prayer. So you stretch your arms out long. Your elbows stay down onto your mat. Bring the palms of the hands together and then take that prayer position behind the back of the head. So like your fingertips are reaching towards the base of your neck or in between your shoulder blades. Inch the elbows forwards a little bit more. You might get a bit more of a stretch into the underarms, armpit area, triceps. And then release your hands back down to the mat. You can bring your knees in a little bit closer if you have got them wide. Keep the arms stretched out in front. We're going to take a twist in child now. You'll need to lift your chest up a little bit to create a bit of space. Inhale. And as you exhale, thread the right arm through to the left. You take it underneath the left arm and reach the right arm as far out to the side as you can. And come down onto the top right corner of your head. If this bothers your knees to be in this very flexed child's position for any longer, you can lift the bottom up higher so that your hips are above your knees. You can be more to that position. If you don't feel too much stretch or sensation to the outer right shoulder, what I tend to do is I take hold of the right wrist with the left hand and give the arm just a little bit of an extra pull forwards. And then take that left arm out long again, reaching out to the top short end of your mat. And then inhale to lift up, sliding the arm out. Exhale there, reach the right arm forwards and then take the left arm under and through to the right side. Coming down onto the top left corner of your head. So you're not right on your face cheek or your ear, just a little above that. Maybe take hold of the left wrist and give the arm a little bit of a pull through carefully. And then lengthen the right arm back up towards the short end of your mat. Checking in with the breath. And then inhale to lift up a little, slide the arm back out. And exhale there, bring the hands into fists and bring one fist on top of the other. So think one potato, two potato, and rest your forehead onto the fists so you're just a little bit higher up away from the floor. Good, and then if you need to give your knees a bit of a release from this as we're going to be coming back to the knees. We're going to stay to that place for a little while. So if you're happy to stay onto your knees, great. If you need to just give the knees a bit of ease, then do a downward facing dog. Give the legs a little bit of a stretch before we do the next movement. Okay, your choice. Good, and then just have a little sit back to see where we're going with the next one. We're going to do rabbit pose or hare pose. And this involves bringing the crown of the head down onto the mat. So it's not a headstand, so don't panic with that, but it does have a lot of the same benefits as headstand, just without that pressure. However, I fully appreciate that anything where we've got a little bit of weight or the head upside down, for some is just a no-no. So good to see this one first. So two options with doing this. First one being that if you do this obviously in child's pose, you're going to have the knees together. And that might pose a bit of an issue for then getting your forehead down onto the mat because your belly might be in the way. So if that's the case, then lift the bottom and be a little bit more forward so that you could be a little less flexed in your knees. So wherever you are, you start off with your forehead down onto the mat. So just watch for a moment. This is option one, and you try to take hold of your heels. You breathe in, and on your exhale, you roll from the forehead onto the crown of the head, lifting the bottom up. And then so that we get a bit more stretch into the shoulders, this version is more about getting the stretch to this shoulder blade rib area. Think of that whole area on the back, the shoulder blades, moving, pressing forwards towards the short end of your mat, forwards towards the short end of your mat. So you feel that opening in between your shoulder blades. It's quite nice when you get it. So that's option one. If that's kind of like, no, I really want my hands to help out with this, what else can I do? Then instead you would have your hands, so they're wide enough out to the side, underneath elbows. And then you keep the hands there and you do the same movements, lifting up. You're not going to get that kind of in between shoulder blade area stretch with that one, but you are just going to have the reverse effects of being just upside down, yeah, which is all pretty good. Change of circulation, change of perspective, all good. Yeah. If neither of those are kind of a happy option, then you could do some more cat stretches. You could do some more tiger stretches. You could move between your down dog and your plank several hundred times, building strength through the body with that. Yeah. Or you could do elbow dog. So I'm giving you 1,000,001 options that you could do. Okay. So I'm going to talk you through rabbit, but don't feel any pressure to do it, okay? So if joining me, knees together, and find a place where you can start off with your forehead down onto the mat. So again, you might need to be just a little bit more forwards and the bottom higher. Option one is reaching back for the heels. If that's really uncomfortable to do that, don't do that version, but instead have your hands down, palms down, either side of your body. Yeah. So your forehead's down onto the mat, breathing in, and as you exhale, roll onto the crown of the head. If you're holding the heels thereabouts, then think of pressing your upper back forwards towards the short end of your mat. Hands reaching to heels, but shoulder blades moving forwards. If that's really uncomfortable, you don't like it, bring the hands down either side of your head, press down into your hands more so you've got no weight into your head. If it all feels truly horrible for you, this isn't for you, this movement, then do your down dog planks, or do cats, or do tiger, or elbow dog. 1,000,000 options. If you're all right with it, keep working on pressing shoulder blades forwards if you're a heel holder. And on your next exhale, lower the bottom back towards your heels. And bring your hands into those fists again. One fist on top of the other. Open the knees a little wider. Rest your forehead onto the fists. And then come up slowly and come around to sit onto your bottom and come into butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together, arms length out to your ankle bones. Lift up the chest on the inhale and soften, relax forwards on the exhale. Now, because you were rounding the back in hare pose, rabbit pose, if this doesn't feel needed or feel good right now and you want more open front body, then take the hands back behind you instead and lift up the chest. It might feel a better position to be in, more of a counter pose. Wherever you need to be, close the eyes, breathe. And then coming up, inhale, exhale there. Keep the right leg as you've got it. Lengthen the left leg out in front and bring the right foot in closer towards the thigh and lift the knee up. So that right knee is up in the air. Draw the foot in, close in towards the groin, but not so much that you're rounding back. Let me turn a little there. So right up tall on your sit bones, bum bones. If you've got a brick and you want that underneath you, if you haven't got it there already, you can take that. See if it works. It might do, might not. Or cushions, yes. Good, left leg strong, press out through the heel. Then bring the right fingertips down behind you, not too far back because you don't want to lean back into the fingertips. They're there to help keep you upright. Wrap the left arm around the right shin. Lift up through the crown of the head a bit more. Inhale, grow upwards. And then exhale, twist around to the right, turning ribs, chest, and keep wriggling until you feel like, there's a good twist. That's great. You can close the eyes. Be with the breath. And unwind back around to the front. Inhale. Exhale there. Lengthen out the right leg. If it needs a few little drawing in and stretching out, do that. And then take the same position with the left leg. So you draw the left knee in towards you, left foot slides in towards you, but maintain equal sitting on both sit bones, both bum bones, that you're not leaning off to the side. Good. Stay as you are. I'm going to turn just so that I still stay facing you. Energize the right leg, toes up, heel pressing out. Bring the left fingertips down behind you, not too far back. Wrap the right arm around the left shin, so you hug the leg in, and then inhale, lift up through the crown of the head and the chest, and then exhale, turn ribs and chest to the left side. Maybe look over the left shoulder. Keep the shoulders down away from your ears. Good, nice twists. And then unwind back around to the front. Inhale. Exhale there, lengthen out the left leg. Draw it in and out a few times if you need that. And then come forwards on your mat. Make sure everything that you need for your relaxation is nearby, or put a layer on if you want that. Yeah. Make sure that you have the full length of the mat behind you. Bring your arms back out in front of you, or hold onto your thighs, or have the hands down. So you remember your boat pose from earlier? Oh yes, how could I forget? So we're going to be doing that one to come down. So you breathe in, and on your exhale, tuck the pelvis, draw in the belly, lean back, not coming all the way down, not just yet. Pausing there, holding there. Inwards, upwards, core muscles. Chest up, chin up. Breathing. Maybe lift a foot, maybe don't. Maybe lift both feet up, maybe don't. If you've got the feet lifted, bring them back down, inhale, and roll all the way down to your mat. Exhale. Draw your knees into your chest and come into frog pose. Open the knees wide out to the side. Take the hands down the inside of the legs, hold the shins. Rock from side to side, circle the feet. Maybe take this into happy baby pose, maybe stay as you are. Happy baby pose, that upside down squat shape. Lengthening out the exhales. And then closing the knees up. Bring your feet down onto the mat. Open the knees and feet wider than your hips. Arms out, T-shape or cactus arms. We're going to do windscreen wiper legs. Breathe in. Drop the knees to the right. Exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And then you can do any movement you need to do here now. So if the body feels aligned, feels good, the energy feels good, nothing feels like it needs a reset, then you could go into a traditional Shavasana with the legs out long, feet mat width apart. Or you could come into constructive rest pose where the legs are bent, pyramid shape, knees knocking in, feet wide apart. And if you have a brick or a rolled up cushion or a blanket or a towel, you could put that underneath the sacrum, underneath the buttocks, real down low to do restorative bridge. Wherever you need to be right now, whatever you need to be doing. So if still doing some movements, don't make them too active. They're movements to help carry you towards relaxation. Remember, it's important to give the body time to rest and digest from your practice. So let everything come back to neutral. Letting the whole body relax. Muscles in your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, upper back, mid back, low back, muscles across the chest, the belly, around the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, all relaxed. the arms and the legs, the hands and the feet, allowing the whole body to relax. Keeping the eyes closed. Coming back to your breath and taking a long, slow breath in. And exhale, let it go. Bring the awareness back into your body and wiggle your toes, fingers, ankles, wrists. Roll the head from side to side, roll the legs. And have a big stretch. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them back behind you. And carefully draw your knees in towards your chest, hug them in. Rock a little from side to side. And then roll over onto your side and come up into sitting. Any position, as always. And take the arms wide and up. Inhale. Bring the palms together above your head, and as you exhale, bring your hands to prayer at the heart. Bowing the head down towards the fingertips, as always, in acknowledgement of all that we should be grateful for in our lives. And I am so, so grateful to you for choosing to come to me, to choose me for your practice. Namaste. Thank you.